Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. Today's video is all about configuration of the ZK TECO K40.
So please subscribe, comment,
like and share. Okay. After the unboxing part is actually done, what you will need some few requirements. We wanted to verify that this power adapter is the one that's actually recommended for this type of ZK TECO K40. So just make sure when you're actually purchasing it or when you actually need a replacement that you have these specific recommendations. Okay, we'll move on to the next one. You will need a network cable. Network cable, it's to actually facilitate the communication between the biometrics and the computer that you're actually using. You also need you'll also need a ZK Time 5.0 software, and once you actually open it, you will see the application named as ATT. It's actually short for attendance. So ATT is its size is about 2587 KB. So this is what you'll run. But first, let me just do the connection between the laptop and the ZK40 device. So let's go. Before I actually do the connection, I need you to actually identify that on the far end, you see this screen over here? Yes, there is an X sign over there. So when when the device is not connected to the Ethernet cable, there's usually an X sign over there. So what we need to do is we need to make sure the connection is okay. So when you actually do the connection, this X sign over there will actually disappear. So let's do the connection. Okay, make sure you hear the click sign to actually verify that the connection is actually made. Okay, so when you actually make the connection, you can see the accent has disappeared. Hoping it's actually clear to everyone. Yes, okay, fine. The next thing, we need to actually run the software, which is the ATT software. We'll right click on this. It's actually the application, so we run the application as an administrator. Give it time. We click, do you want to allow this application from an unknown publisher to make changes to your device? Since you know it's a ZK TECO application, you get to actually accept and say yes. You'll have it running over here. So this is the interface of this ZK TECO 5.0. Something I didn't mention earlier, on this installation package you have the application here. We need to actually just check on its properties. When you check on the properties on the detailed area, you'll see the file version is a 4.8.9.159. Just verify it so that the communication goes swiftly. So that's okay. Minimize that. So what next do we need to do? We need to actually establish a communication between this interface and the biometrics machine. So we'll go to the internet, to the network and internet settings. So we click on that. We click on the Ethernet. We click on the change adapter options, and then when you will come to this Ethernet area, we right click on properties. Click on Internet Protocol version 4. So you click on that and then click on properties so that you actually be able to edit the IP address. So normally when you open, you'll find it's clicked at the obtain an IP address automatically. What I need you to do is click on use the following IP address. So we'll click on that. So what we need to do is type the IP address as 192.168.1.202 to facilitate communication. Subnet mask should be 255.255.255.0. And then next, for the default gateway, we click on that. We give it as 192.168.1.1. Then finally we validate settings. Upon exit, then click OK. Close this, minimize this for later. So so once you have that, I need you to come back to your software now. So I need you to come to this area known as device. So we'll click on this drop down arrow and click add new device. That new device. So name is given as a default as 1, so we need to change this and give it the name that we're actually working with. I'll give it Miniso Office. Okay, I'll give it Miniso Office. Okay, the IP address should match the one on the Biometrics TECO K40 device. So when we actually open, we long press this, go to the communication, click on communication, click on the Ethernet tab. You will see the IP address is 192.168. Sorry about that. Let me just get it clear. Focus on this. So it's 192.168.1.201. Next thing, you need to verify also that the TCP communication port is 4370. So we step back, we check on what you have. So on the IP address we have 201, which matches with this, and then also on the port size it's 4370. That's okay. So we click OK. There's no communication password since I haven't put any, so we click OK. All right. Next thing, we have to actually establish a communication. Right now, as you can see, the status is disconnected. So we click on this, click on connect. On your bottom side over here, you can actually see the Miniso Office succeed in communication. Actually, let me just extend that in connecting. So that's good. That's what you actually wanted. So you can see also on the status over here, this is connected. This has changed. It has now, you can actually get a color on this. Green, orange to show this is actually communication going on. IP address 192.168.1.201. And also to establish this, you can actually identify the serial number that you have on the device is the one particular actually being shown on the screen or on the interface. Okay, now I'd like to actually go back to people who might actually do this connection, but for whichever reason it fails to connect. You find an error like this, failed in connecting. So what do? So to actually resolve this issue, I found that you can actually use another software to help in the communication process, so that when you come here it actually works. So let's minimize this, let's close this. So what you need to do, you need to have a ZTimeNet 3.0. ZTimeNet 3.0 is actually usually green in color, you can say. So this you'll run as an administrator. When you run, you actually have it over here. You find it. What you need to do is actually click on the terminal. In the terminal area, you'll find this particular area that has the general settings. You click on it. You'll have the name and IP address. These are the things that you'll actually get to fill. So I'll actually grab that. So sorry about that. So we gave it as Miniso. So office. Okay, IP address, we gave it as 192.168.1.201. Port is usually given, or if it's missing, you just remember it's 4370. When you click test connection, this will enable communication take place and the device will communicate well. You can minimize this or close it. Actually just minimize it first, so that when you go back to software and click when you click on this and then click on next, this should actually show you that you've actually succeeded in actually connection. Okay, on to the next one. What you need to do is, now we need to add the employees or the members of staff. So what you need to do is click on employees. So over here you'll find this icon written add. So what you need to do, you click on this add and click on this button over here. It shows like it's tree structure department management. That's what's actually given as the name for it. So you click on that. We will rename this into our departments, what the device is all about. So we actually will rename this to, I gave it our name. Okay, now this is good. Since this is done, we'll close on this, and now we're ready to actually add on users. How many users do we need? For me, I will be working with around 5 users, so I'll add 1, 2. Okay, this is 1. Put that. So in the menu, so office, we click add. We'll add this, the first person, give it to this is where you actually get to edit the name. So over here, click on, okay, that's our first user. Okay, select a gender, so that's a male, and then this is a user. Apart from that, we can actually add account number, give it also 1. That's fine. Okay, so we save this, then click to the next one. Next particular user, I just add. We need to actually specify over here. Then yeah, gender, we have male, number 2, we have that, then we can save. We have the next one as good. Gender, this is female. Okay, number, this is 3. Okay, we save on that. Continue. Add next person. Okay, this is female. This is all. Okay, save. And on to the final user. Done. Okay. Now for the next thing, what you need to do, we're going to close this particular interface. So we close this since we've actually finished. We're done with that. Next, what you need to do is to come to this area for the machine interface. Click on the upload user information and fingerprints. You click on the user department. This is Minister office. Select all the users, so you do this by selecting all. Next, you need to specify on the various tabs that you actually need to move from the software or onto the device. So we'll input user information, fingerprint, and high rate mode. Once you've actually done this check on these checklists, you'll come and click upload. This will total to 100%, meaning the upload is successful. Okay. So from there, what we need to do is actually come to this interface named as employee schedule. We go to the maintenance timetable section, where we actually have this option. Once when you click add, we'll have this actually option for adding on duty time, which is 8:30, on off duty time, which is 5:30, late time in terms of when you clock in. Late time clock in should be like 5 minutes. Early leave should also be 5 minutes. Beginning in, when a person is supposed to actually clock in, we have actually specified as 8. So a person who actually comes at 8 can actually be able to actually clock in, and it will be registered. Ending in, the person who wants to actually clock out first, who can actually start at 5. Beginning to check out, you can actually start from 9 a.m. and also ending at 5:30 on the checkout. So this is okay. Once you're actually done, when you post, this will appear on the interface as shown below. So we click post and then click close. Next thing we'll actually have to do is click on shift management. Shift management, what you've actually done on the maintenance timetable will actually reflect on the shift management. We have the new shift and the normal shift. On the normal shift is usually the one, the default one. When you actually appear, this is when you actually click on it, this is what will appear. What we need to do also is add a new shift, so that it actually continues way after the normal shifts has actually been set. So this normal shift will also have the same details from as from 8:30 to 5:30. Once you're done, you click on save and you're done. Close that. So the next thing what you need to do is click on the employee schedule. On the employee schedule, you will actually select the department, which is right now it's actually on this particular icon in this office. So you click on that, you will find all the users who are actually on this particular schedule. What you need to do is actually highlight all of them, and what as shown below, this is the schedule is actually specified as normal. So for you to actually get to this particular area, you need to actually click on the arrange shifts. On the arrange shifts, you actually have the clocking and clock out. Select the mass clock in and actually mass clock out. This is usually on default: attendance active, holiday active, count as overtime, that the check is on, and registry for overtime, that is actually checked on. So what you need to do over here is assign a new schedule list. Assign schedule list. This is where you actually add on the schedule list that you actually need to have. So we have we find the first one is actually what we actually need for this particular date, 1st of May to this is the 1st of actually 1st of June. Yes. So the next thing we'll need to do on user timetable, you'll click on this plus sign and use daytime. So once you actually have that, this will automatically show you that all the shifts are occurring during the day. So once you're done, you click OK, saves the data, and this is what actually appears. All the users schedule turns to normal, the schedule that we've actually selected from, let's say what we actually selected was from the month of May to the month of June 2020. This will reflect all over. On this particular interface, we have many office as the department. So you click on this, you highlight all the users so that you can actually specify on the shift arrangement. So once you actually select all of them, click on the arrange shifts. Arrange shifts will enable us to have the current shift system and also the shift definition. So for our shift definition, we'll have this. We have it as from first month of Jan 1900s to December 31st of 2099. That's the definition of shift definition. So when you come over here, we need to actually current shifts. So we'll have one of we can use one as actually displayed this area. So what you need to do is specify this. It's usually on as default, but you can actually specify must clock in, must clock out. This is also on default. This is on default, you don't change. So what you usually change is this. You click on the add sign. Like that, you specify. Let's say, for example, you need to actually add new shifts. Since we have the normal shift, which you actually is defined as shift definition, and now the new shift, which is the current shift. So the normal shift is usually defined there. So what we need to change here is the new shift. So when you select that, it displays from 8:30 to 5:30. Time range, where do we actually need what time range from what particular date to what particular date of the month. So what I need to do is specify from time range from 1st of May all the way to, let's say, the end of the month. This particular month, this is 31st of May. And then once you're done, you click OK, and that actually specifies that. So you can actually add that new shift from that particular place. So I will remove this because I had already added over here. So just remove one which we don't need. Remove this. That's server. Okay. Then don't forget to actually click on this add sign so that you can actually add the data to specify the shifts are usually done during the day. Click OK. That should actually impact on all the days that particular user or the members of staff are supposed to be clocking in. So click on this. Since you've actually finished setting this up, we'll just close that right up. Okay, next we need to actually see if once you actually clock in, this works. So you check your biometric system. So we have it over there. You want to click in, so we check in.
Thank you.
Okay. And one more time, so that we actually make sure we have a checkout.
Thank you.
Okay. So once that is done, we'll come to the machine interface. Click on download attendance log. So we click over there. We have that as one of the operations that actually occur. Next, what you need to do is go to the reports area. This is actually found on top over here. So click on the reports, click on the department, then the name. We'll click all of the users from which date, from 1st May to 31st May, to see how the clocking rings have been done. Click calculate, and we'll have clocking and out log exceptions, shift exceptions. So what I've actually selected is shift exception. exception will actually show you the clock in times and the clock out time. So for this particular person on this particular day, I actually clocked in. Clock in was actually done at 11. So if I actually, when I clocked in, as I was testing, you see it didn't show up, but since I was in the range for clocking out, it should show the clock out range, so it was 12:03. Usually have also this interface, click in and / out. We also have this interface. It shows the name, time of clocking and clocking out states. It shows clocking in, check out, valid. So what we actually do next is export this data. So we'll click on shift exception, export this data. We'll select the only the tabs that we actually need. So we'll enter that. Account number we don't need. We need the number. We don't need the number. We need the name. How to sign? We don't need that. We need the date. Yes. We need the time. Since daytime, yes. On duty. So remove this side. On duty time. We'll show what time is supposed to actually be on duty. Off duty. This we need. Clock in, clock out. Normal field. We don't require that. We don't require that. Late. We don't require that. We don't require that. Absent tab. We don't require that as per now. OT. So we'll just go ahead and actually just uncheck this, since the only thing that we need the departments. Okay, next we don't need this we need all this. That's okay. Click OK. So when we're exporting the data, let's just give it a time to actually do that. Okay, we'll move this file onto our maybe desktop. So we'll just rename the file. This is name it as TECO. This is when this is 8th. This is 8th May 2020. Click on save. That has been successfully exported to the desktop. So we go to the desktop. Have our file as ZK TECO 8th May 2020. So when you open this, so what we have here is the exported data that we've actually gotten from our device. So this is the report center. So at the end of the month, you can actually have a detailed report of the clockings and clockouts from 5:30, from 8:30 to 5:30, specifying what particular time that particular person clocked in and clocked out. Okay, thanks for watching, everybody. Bye bye.